Why animals should not be used for our own entertainment. Have you seen an orca whale drown a human being before? In 2010, an instructor at SeaWorld Orlando, Florida was grabbed by her hair and pulled underwater in front of viewers. The county medical examiner had ruled that she likely died from multiple traumatic injuries and the drowning from the whale pulling her under the pool. Now, rescuers were unable to help right away due to the whale's aggressive nature. That was by one of the responses from a sheriff that was there when the incident occurred. Now, today I will inform you why it is important to keep these animals in their own environment and to let them live in peace rather than keep them in these confined structures and places for our own entertainment. Hopefully, by the end of the speech, I have convinced you that all animals should not be used for our own entertainment. Now I will discuss 3 reasons why animals should not be used for entertainment. First, some facilities or corporations have an unethical environment, as well as these confinements and capturings can cause behavioral issues. And also, lastly, the animals should be in their natural habitats. Now, I will start off by discussing how some of these animals are placed in cruel work environments. Animals used in filming are either injured or killed on set. Now, it's definitely a lot more rare to see cases like this, in our time now. But before, unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So according to The Guardian, a horse on the set of Jesse James' 1939 film a horse broke its spine after a 70-foot cliff jump. And that's when the American Humane at the time ended up intervening and to oversee treatments of animals on future Hollywood films. Now, another example from The Guardian is on the set of the film The Charge of the Light Brigade. In another 1936 film, around 25 horses had either been killed or put down. Now, to go on to a little bit fast forward in time, an ex-trainer by his name is John Hargrove. He stated that the sea creatures at SeaWorld typically died from pneumonia infections, traumatic injuries, heart failure, and other ailments caused by being confined. And that brings me to my next topic, which is I will discuss how many animals' behaviors can change from calm to violent. Now, John Hargrove, an ex-trainer, stated, "I can tell you from my 14 years of experience that I have personally witnessed the orcas as well as other dolphins and marine animals suffer the same physical and psychological trauma." And he had been working there at SeaWorld for over more than a couple years, and finally, when he left, he dedicated his life to helping and rescuing the animals. Now, John Hargrove claimed that orcas would break their teeth on concrete because they were chewing on enclosures, and would also go further to bang their heads on the walls of their cages. And definitely very, very sad. And as you can tell from this photo here, that's how much room they had in these tanks, so it obviously would make you go a little crazy, for the size of, the whales themselves. Now, next is a big major point, that animals, especially exotic animals, belong in the wild where they can roam freely. According to PETA, many animals are stuffed into semi-truck trailers and where they are chained and kept in filthy enclosures and separated from their families. Furthermore, PETA also states that marine parks or aquariums keep their marine life in endless circle tanks. And orca is one of the animals that they would keep there, and they would teach tricks and, perform shows. However, those enclosures don't allow the animal to swim freely and explore the water. Instead, it's swimming in circles and slowly affects their behavior. And in this picture right here, you can see where the tanks are for the orcas. Now, these are whales. They're huge, and they should be in the ocean where they have a lot more room. Whereas you can tell by the parking lot structure that there's a lot more room for cars than there is for the animal itself. And being in these enclosures slowly affects their behavior. Today I discussed why animals should not be used for our entertainment. And specifically, I explained the unethical work environments, behavioral issues that animals face, and lastly, how animals belong in their own natural environment. Growing up, I used to love going to zoos and even going to SeaWorld, but I never knew that these animals were treated that badly, were, being tortured or put up against their own natural will. And of course, it was so fun to watch, to see all these beautiful, majestic animals, but they belong in the wild where they're able to live out how they are naturally supposed to be, and they should be left alone. We could see from afar if we want to, but hopefully this speech makes you see why animals should be left alone. Thank you.